One of my favorite things to do at school are experiments. But who says you can only do experiments at school? Today, I'm going to show you 3 easy chemistry experiments you can do at home. Be sure to recruit an adult to help you conduct these experiments. Here we go! Wiz Kid, always learning something new. Wiz Kid, you can be a Wiz Kid too. Before we dive into today's episode, let's go over some things you'll need to know. What is chemistry? Chemistry is a branch of science that studies what things are made of and how they behave. Everything is made up of tiny particles called atoms, and together, those atoms make matter. What is matter? Matter is anything that has mass and takes up space, like a rock, the air we breathe, the ocean, and us. That's right, even we're made of matter. The 3 most familiar states of matter are solid, liquid, and gas. Now, let's take a look at water in the 3 different states. Ice is a solid. It's hard and it holds its shape. Regular water is a liquid. It flows and forms to the shape of the container. Steam is a gas, and it floats around freely. Today we're going to observe or look at what happens when you mix different matter. Let's get started. In this first experiment, we're going to work with a substance called Oobleck. Oobleck. Now that's a fun word to say. In this bowl, I went ahead and mixed some cornstarch, water, and a little bit of food coloring for that extra pizzazz. But don't worry, if you don't have food coloring at home, this experiment will work just fine. We're going to use our 5 senses to make a scientific observation about this Oobleck. Do you know what our 5 senses are? That's right, sight, smell, taste, hearing, and feeling.
Smell.
It just smells like cornstarch. I don't think adding water really changed anything.
Hear.
Doesn't sound like anything. Nothing unusual to report here.
Taste.
Even though cornstarch and water are edible, I think I'm going to skip that one this time.
Sight.
Adding water to the cornstarch didn't really do anything. It does look really shiny, and it looks like a liquid.
Touch.
Okay, here we go. Time to get to feeling. The first thing I'm going to do is poke it. Whoa, that's so weird. Have you ever been able to poke something that's liquid before? Strange. What if I just sink my hand in there? What would happen then? Oh, wow. So that's interesting. So when you poke it, it's hard, like a solid. But then when I just lay my hand in there, it sinks like a liquid. How strange. Let's just slap it. Yeah, same thing. It's very firm, like a solid. But when you let your hand sink in, it's a liquid. What else can we do? Let me try to pick some up. Oh my gosh, it's so hard to pick up. Oh my goodness, do you see that? It's very hard to pick up out of the bowl. But then, when I lift it up, it's like a liquid. Whoa, that is so weird. I wonder what would happen if I try to roll it into a ball. Okay. Oh, this is more difficult than I thought. Okay, I got some. You gotta be quick with it. Now see, here we go. Look at this. I am rolling it into a ball. Wow, can you see it between my hands? I'm rolling it and I'm rolling it. Now watch what happens when I stop rolling it. Oh my gosh, it's like a liquid all over again. This is so fun. Don't you just love getting your hands dirty? Ooh, Isn't Oobleck so cool? The reason it doesn't act like a normal liquid is because it's something called a non-newtonian fluid, which means depending on how you play with it, it'll feel thicker or thinner. So sometimes it's a solid, and sometimes it's a liquid. It really makes you think about things differently, huh?
What state of matter is Oobleck? A, liquid, B, solid, C, gas, or D, both A, liquid, and B, solid? The correct answer is D. Oobleck can be both a liquid and a solid, depending on how you play with it.
In this experiment, we're gonna work with invisible ink. Now I've laid down a sheet just to protect the area. I also have my Q-tips. I have a paintbrush, a white piece of paper, and right here is a cookie sheet that I'm gonna be working on top of just to keep things nice and tidy. Today we're going to be using two different solutions, and we're going to see what happens when they interact or mix. A solution is a mix of two or more substances. Our first solution is a mix of water and baking soda. This is going to be our invisible ink. In our second solution, we have a mixture of rubbing alcohol and turmeric is a common spice. This solution is going to be used as our decoder, which is going to reveal our invisible ink. Fair warning, be careful because turmeric stains. So you'll want to wear a smock to protect your clothes. And also, the rubbing alcohol in this solution is quite pungent or strong smelling. So maybe be in a room with a lot of air, or you can do this outside. Alrighty, so now I'm going to use my baking soda and water solution to write my secret message. Now that I have my secret message written, I'm just gonna let it dry before we apply the next solution. Now that it's done drying a little bit, I'm going to use our second solution, which is our decoder. Now remember, this solution has rubbing alcohol and turmeric. Let's see what it reveals. Ooh, it's coming. Are you ready to see our secret message revealed? Okay, here it goes. I wrote Wiz Kid. So we used our invisible ink, which was this first solution of baking soda and water. And I wrote Wiz Kid. And then we brushed on top the turmeric and rubbing alcohol solution, which revealed our secret message, Wiz Kid. Isn't that so cool? What did you write or draw?
We found out that turmeric is a spice we use for cooking. But guess what? It can also be used to dye clothes. Plus, it's good for our health and is used as medicine in many places all over the world. Who knew this colorful spice could have so many uses?
Whew! All that experimenting sure has me thirsty. Let's make fizzing lemonade. So to make a standard glass of lemonade, you're going to need water, lemons, and sugar. But we're going to add a special ingredient, which is baking soda.
First things first, we're going to squeeze our lemons. And once we get enough lemon juice, we'll add that to the water. Try to make it in the cup if you can. And then the next step is to add sugar. And you can add as little or as much as you like, depending on your preference.
Now we're going to stir it. Now we're going to see what happens when we add a teaspoon of baking soda. Ooh. Oh my gosh, look at this. Can you see that fizzing? Oh my gosh. I think we overfilled the cup a little bit too much. Wow, that is so amazing. I can't believe this. Can you believe all of these bubbles? Oh my goodness. Now, you know what that's called? That's called a chemical reaction. A chemical reaction is when one or more substances mix together to create a new product. When lemon mixes with the baking soda, it produces something called carbon dioxide, which is what all those bubbles are. This is a process called carbonation. But why does this happen? Let's break it down. On the pH scale, anything below 7 is considered an acid, and anything above 7 is considered a base. Lemon has a pH of around 2 to 3, and baking soda has a pH of 9. When you mix a base and an acid, you get what's called an acid-base reaction. Who knew science could be so delicious?
Lemons make your mouth pucker because they're sour. But did you know that they're considered fruits? That's right. They are in the same category of other citrus fruits like oranges, limes, and grapefruits.
What a day! Doing experiments at home with you was really fun. And we learned so much. We learned about matter, solutions, chemical reactions, and we even ended with a sweet treat. Which experiment was your favorite? I really hope you enjoyed our time together. And I can't wait until we get to do more chemistry experiments. Until next time!
Parents, your kid can be a Wiz Kid too. Join the Wiz Kids Kids Club for experiments, activities, and so much more. Can't get enough of Wiz Kid? Follow us on social at CSU Spur Wiz Kid. And of course, don't forget to like and subscribe.